everybody. Welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Adam Vilke.
And we are back at the Club Tap Room, my man.
We are.
The Club Tap Room. I want to thank you, Christine Castow and Ryan Stroh, for letting us here. I thank you, Rick Stroh, but you just come here, eat and drink, you lazy bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, you don't contribute, so you don't get a shout out.
I'm still upset that he beat us both that day, damn Rick Stroh. I hold a grudge, man. And actually, we have a very cool guest, someone I've known for a while, but I'm going to ask how we remember each other. Cruz Cruz, welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
How do we know each other, Cruz? How do we meet?
It was, dude, you were in a Pepsi shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, you were still working for Pepsi at that time, I think.
Okay. I couldn't remember, man. I remember we knew each other from somewhere. Cruz is one of those guys just kind of showed up in my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a few guys like that. It's like, how did we actually meet? So
yeah, and you guys ever met? Nope. Today's the first time.
When he walked in here. So
I'm going to call Cruz out for something real fast. Cruz hit me up. We're going to do comedy shows coming in October. We're going to have more details. Tickets will go on sale early October. We're doing it in Brush at the golf course. But there'll be more information here on the Bullhucker podcast webpage when we have it. And Cruz, you were kind of wondering if you could try comedy.
Yeah, a lot of it is I have a lot of respect for a lot of people who do comedy, and
right.
I hold them in such high regards, and I never thought I could be smart enough to do something like that.
Oh.
And that's something I've always said to anybody who was really listening.
Right. Nobody ever thinks they're going to be good. I don't know. That's not true. Some people think they're going to be amazing at it.
We've met a few like that.
Yeah.
Do a 5-minute set, and then they're getting ready to sign their Netflix special. So.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We have a few, man. When's Netflix call? I'm like, well, I don't know. 2037 sounds like a good year. So, Cruz, you work at Ackley Buildings there in Brush, Colorado?
I worked there, yes, as a lead cashier, and then also in JD's Quick Stop.
Right.
And unfortunately, my body's probably telling me that I can't do too much. Two
jobs is tough, man.
I don't know what it was. It was just yesterday. I don't know if you guys ever woken up to the point where you can't move your limbs and shit, your arms or legs or anything.
I mean, if I sleep on them, yeah, but yeah.
But it was a weird feeling, and then some other stuff happened, and I'm trying to figure that out. And it's one of those things of life slapping me back in the face.
Yep. Yeah. Telling you to slow down, bro.
It's called old age. Cruz, I hate to tell you, buddy.
Dude, I know it.
It's called old age, man. Yeah, it's we both worked for Budweiser, and I did Pepsi after a while. And jobs like that they're a young man's job. That's a young man's gig. You know what I mean? So we talked about that with Sherman Cage's podcast, where your body it's tough because it's hard. The mind is willing, but the body is weak.
Right.
Is that how the saying goes?
Yeah.
But the mind is willing, the body says up your ass. That's what it says.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's just old age. I wouldn't worry too much about it, man. I mean, if it happens, probably get it checked out. But if you die here, they would just need to try to get through 3 stories. That's okay, Cruz.
Just hold it.
Right before he reveals the Bullhucker.
Yeah. You son of a bitch. And we're recording, I think, Ashley after this, so we're going to have to bury you. I mean, probably in an hour after this podcast. Just so you know, yeah.
Just a little ice, it'll be okay.
We'll post you up in a booth like a weekend at Bernie's.
You're working at Bernie's?
Yeah. So.
That's great you brought up those kind of movies, man, because I was a latch baby and I watched a lot of movies.
Oh, yeah.
I never really knew what the term meant until I got older and somebody explained it to me.
A latch baby?
Yeah, when mom goes to work and she locks the door behind her.
Lock.
Yeah. I've heard of the term. It's a key something kid.
Key latch kid. Maybe it's key latch.
Something like, but yeah.
I think that's what it was. Anyways, I kind of connected that because a lot of shit made sense now that I'm older.
Right.
But I watched a lot of movies and I was very inspired by a lot of those movies. And the Weekend at Bernie's. Incidentally, that's one of our stories.
What? This guy, he's never seen anything. I've
seen a few things.
We won't talk about movies.
Have you at least seen the Star Wars? Never mind.
Never mind.
I'm with you, bro.
I've seen the original, the original 3, and then like a couple of the ones after that. But
before we get started, let me break here real quick and say, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. If you're new to the podcast, what it is, we bring a guest on. Today's old Cruz Cruz, and he's gonna tell 3 stories about his life. Now the kicker is only 2 of these stories are true. One's either made up, borrowed, or partially made up. Now Cruz, don't go into a lot of detail to give it away. Just which one's it closer to? Is it a borrowed story? Is it a fully made up story, or is it just a part true, part?
It's a part true.
Part true, part false. Okay, yeah. That is the most popular one, I think. Yeah. Don't you think so?
Well, yeah. I mean, you'd have to be pretty good at lion to make up an entire story.
We've had a few.
We have.
I'm the one who invented this podcast, and not even I made up the full story. Mine was part true, part false. So, and I beat them both. What's up?
Okay.
But mine was pretty elaborate. Mine went in for a while. It took me a while to talking to myself in the car. People thinking, thank God for Bluetooth now. So when you, so my crazy ass is talking to myself. I just point to my ear, although there's nothing in there. People are like, oh, he's on
You
the
just
phone.
tap your ear and turn
Do it
and
all the
walk
time.
away.
Or if I make a comment or if I think out loud and somebody hears me, it's like, oh no.
I'm on the phone, you prick.
Mind your business. God.
Right.
Damn it.
So anyway, if you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It is a
Small click for you, but a huge click for us.
see, Dancy. He's getting there, man. He's getting there.
Monkey's getting trained.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Monkey's getting trained.
She's the master of that right now, man. She's like, I'll snap my fingers.
Down,
Dancy,
Bobo.
yeah, Dancy starts selling it. That's what I love. And but hey, Adam might be the master now, Dancy. Okay,
I'm coming for the title, dude.
She's coming. I wish someone would.
Now that I got my chair back from you.
But if you, no matter where you're at, if you're on iTunes, Stitcher, whatever you're listening to this on, please leave a rating and review or a comment or whatever. We'd like to see those. And be honest. I like when people are honest on YouTube and they guess. Put what you thought your guess was when we're done with Cruz Cruz here. We'll see if you were right. Be honest, man, because Susan Coaster always does it. And so Susan Coaster's the podcast. She's our favorite, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Susan Coaster. What's up, Sue? But and Tish. What's up, Tish? So they always comment on the videos. It's always kind of cool to see what they guess. And Susan Coaster, I'll have to add hers up to see how she's doing with it, man. She's getting good at this. We should bring her on one of these days to try and guess the Bullhucker, man. She don't play. So anyway, that's what we're gonna do today. And so we got 3 stories, Mr. Vokey.
We do. We have Ski Patrol, A Real Peanuts Christmas, and Only a Step, Not a Mile.
Only a step, not a mile. Oh, I'm going to take one more step backwards real quick. By the way, if you want to check out the Club Tap Room or Picking Out Barbecue, which the Stroh family does, please show them some love. And it'll be in the description below, as well as the Bullhucker podcast. Is there something you want to pump? Cruz, do you have anything going on?
Nope.
No?
Just be good to each other.
Be good to each other. That's not going to be in the description or link because I'm not putting that on there. So. Hidden advice. But anyway, if you want to check it out, check out the links below in the description. That'll bring you to the Club Tap Room. And once again, the Club Tap Room, they've redone it. You said that when you walked in.
Yeah, I was surprised. It has really changed. Anybody who comes in here hasn't been here for at least 3 years.
Yeah.
It's going to see a difference.
But isn't it a cool little bar now, man?
Yeah, it's a lot more space.
Yeah.
Remember, I don't know if you remember you couldn't get groped, or you couldn't pass here without getting groped.
Which you might still be able to. Okay, don't think that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think groping is part of the plan, but no. But it looks like a little town bar, like a neighborhood bar, and that's what I love about this bar now, man.
And there's more room around the pool tables.
Right. So definitely somewhere you should check out and show a little love to. So make sure you do that for them. So sorry, Adam. We read the stories one more time.
Okay,
I'm done pimping stuff out.
Ski Patrol, A Real Peanuts Christmas, Only a Step, Not a Mile.
Okay. All right. Are you ready to tell some stories, Cruz Cruz?
Yes, sir.
By the way, is Cruz Cruz your honest to God birth name?
Yeah.
Is it
honest
really?
to God, yeah.
All right. No, you don't have to show me your ID. I believe you, man.
I bring it all the time. It's usually, it's gotten me out of some speeding tickets, probably.
Really?
Yeah, well, they come up to the window and they're like, hey, what's your name? Cruz Cruz. Well, he's repeating himself. Shit. Well, I'm doing the, touching my nose, walking the line kind of shit. Then you get the partner laughing in the car because my shit comes back. Yeah, well, that's him.
Maybe your mom was a stutterer. I don't know. When she was giving birth.
I think they had some really good drugs back then.
Good for her, man. Good for you, Mama Cruz.
Yep.
What was Mom's name?
Oh, Rosario Cruz.
Oh, okay.
Shout out, Mom.
I'm
Love you.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
Rosario Cruz?
Rosario, right?
Okay.
All right. See,
and then she has a couple last names.
Does she?
Yeah. Some other ones.
We're not going crazy. There's a couple flies.
Yeah.
So
it's not seizure hour.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
We were talking about drugs. They're like, man, speaking of drugs, look at these guys.
She has a couple last names. Well, she gave you a couple last names. Just one of them was the first one.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Okay. Well, Adam, you want to pick out the first one, man?
I'm gonna go with Ski Patrol.
Ski Patrol.
Okay, so when we're talking about movies, right?
Of course.
I watched a lot of movies. Movies like Spies Like Us, The Great Outdoors, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Spies Like Us, is that the one on the cover where it's got the cow and the combat boots?
No, that is, I think that's Real Geniuses.
Nope.
No?
No.
Which one is that one?
Real
IQ?
Genius.
I know what you're talking about.
Is that IQ?
Top Secret. Maybe that's Top
Top
Secret.
Secret.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
there we go.
okay.
No, this one's Chevy Chase and
Spies Like
is
Us.
it Dan Aykroyd?
I'm sure I've seen it, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, anyways, movies like that. So there was a time where when the first Batman came out,
89.
I walked all the way across Las Cruces to go watch that movie. And this is kind of give you an idea how impressionable I am.
Are you Cruz Cruz from Lost Cruises?
Yes.
Brett McRae from Ray Market, eat your heart out.
I was going to say we have a new contender.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. Please go.
No, that's okay. And so this movie, right along with, I can't remember which one it was. It was American Graffiti or something like that. But anyways, when Ski Patrol came out, I don't know how to say it any better. To me, they romanticized the whole idea of skiing. Hot chicks, blonde hair, tall people.
Of course.
Going down the skis.
80s,
right?
man. The effing 80s,
Yeah.
bro. Yep.
So I was like really gung-ho and I wanted to ski. Well, when I got older, I finally got a chance to go ski. I took myself up there with me and a couple of buddies. I was the amateur. I was the one that didn't know crap. Nothing. All I've seen was movies. And because of that movie, I kind of pictured my experience going on like that.
Right.
Well, nobody told me that, once you get wet, you stay fucking cold. Okay? That any kind of moisture in your hand will make your hand stick to them fucking lifts.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that pissed me off. And I felt like, at first, I didn't want to say anything because I felt embarrassed that my hand was stuck. I was like, this is that dumb shit in Dumb and Dumber, right? But, like...
Or like the kid in the Christmas Story. That's what I think about.
Yeah, when he sticks his tongue out.
Yeah.
And then, what was the other shitty right off the bat moment? Oh, when I got off the ski lift, that shit ain't soft. It's solid fucking ice. They said skiing and it's a fresh powder my ass. Dude, it's, I don't know if you guys ever went, but that fucking legs kept kicking out. I felt like I was not doing anything. I was like, bend your knees and, all right, I got it going.
Yeah.
But if it was, I got up there once, twice, and I think on the third time when I stopped, learned how to stop on sideways, one of the the skis twisted on me. So one stayed straight, the other one went, and it just popped my ankle right out of place. And I had to get a ride with the little scooter and everything. That part, when they came out with the what is it, the ski?
The
snowmobile.
Yeah. It had the little red cross on it. Okay, so that was kind of cool. And then I got the ride down there. The nurse lady, she was the one who made the whole experience. I got my ski patrol little wish thing there. She was tall, blonde, blue eyes. I didn't understand what she was saying, but she did put ice on my ankle, so that was my ski experience.
You got a ski story for your episode 25. Yeah, kind of.
Same thing going down, and both of mine went.
Oh,
I went face first into the snow.
Knocked
me out. So
fuck that.
I went once for my senior ski trip. I've told the story a couple times, and it's the only reason I went once, Cruz Cruz, because everything you said is the truth, man. That shit hurts. Well, I shouldn't know. I stayed on the bunny slope the whole time, so I'm not an adventurous person, man. Like literally, there was kids skiing by me as I fell down. Be like, enjoy dying a virgin, loser.
I've yet to go back to.
Everybody likes to ski. I don't. Like when you live in Colorado, people think everybody skis in Colorado.
Yeah,
it's the craziest thing.
If your experience is like the one you see in them action videos and those movies with all the powder flying up above you, but not when you're hitting ice and shit and damn near falling off cliffs.
Yeah, no, I'm good. My buddies Mac and Doogie and all those guys snowboarded. They went to the black right away because Mac has no fear. I don't know how he's alive. How you're alive, Mac Deal, I have no clue. Well, I love you, brother, but how you're still walking the earth is beyond me, man, because that guy is a daredevil, so... what do you think about that one, Vogue?
I like it. I just have a question. Was there a Saint Bernard with a little barrel around his neck too?
No Saint Bernard.
Didn't make you a martini?
Nothing, just a quick one.
No. What's the ski movie with Jason London and Zach Galifianakis? God, what is it? It's so amazing. Snow Day or Snow. I'll find it and I'll let you do it. It's it's a fantastic movie. The guy that plays in Anchorman, the cowboy, what's his name? He's been in everything.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
He's in it, dude.
The bald dude, huh?
Yes, dude.
I like him.
I actually bought the movie off Amazon because I watch it all the time, dude. It's fantastic. But yeah, the 80s, they fantasized and they romanticized a lot of things, man. Like
skiing, skateboarding, BMX bikes.
Can I ask what age you are, Cruz Cruz?
Yeah, 40.
40? Okay, we're about our age, so I got 7 years on you. But I mean, still that age group where you grew up with.
Right.
You know, and every ski movie had like the girl with the cleavage on the cover. You know what I mean? They sold you the sex, right? That's why you watched.
It was sold easy.
Yeah. Like,
what was that one that they did? It was a camp. Wasn't it? I can't remember. It was a camp. There was another movie that they did. You know.
And it's like Paul Rudd in it. Like
yes.
Yeah.
What was that?
Oh gosh, darn it! They've had a few of them now. A summer camp, or it's something
something
real big.
weird.
Oh, no, my Red Hot Summer or my
Red Hot, yeah.
Something, yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
My Hot Wet Summer or something.
You know, when they still had them socks on, the stripes, the tube socks, and them
Because
fucking
they did
shorts.
like a part 2 to that.
Oh, I think
it was
so.
on Netflix here a while back.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my American Hot Summer, my Red Hot American Summer.
Something like that.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
right there.
something. But every movie in the 80s like that either had the word bikini or someone in a bikini on the cover of the.
Yeah.
Right, so because they were marketing to us horny little shits. So, all right, tell me I'm wrong, right?
You're not wrong.
I rented all of them. Thank you, Carolyn or Marilyn from Brush Video. I spent a lot of my allowance with you. So, all right, that's Ski Patrol. We have 2 last: Real Peanuts Christmas and Not a Step, Only a Step, Not a Mile. So I always say the last one I want to hear the most till the end. So I'm gonna go with a Real Peanuts Christmas.
All right. Well, this one's kind of a downer. I don't know if you guys ever had a parent that was addicted to a certain drug, and I mean just flat out hook, line, and sinker. I mean it was.
No, I mean, alcoholism kind of runs in the family in certain times, but nothing hardcore like that.
My real dad, he was a heroin addict.
Okay.
And surviving him, and I say surviving him because you never knew what the hell was going on. It wasn't like, you can pick and like my kids to this day, they can read me, they can see my habits, the things I do over and over and over. With my old man, you can do that because who knows if it was up, down, or fucking.
You have consistency.
I put out consistent. He was consistently fucked up.
Right.
So here's like I said, surviving him. I'd get up in the mornings and just make sure everything was out of the way, getting out of the floor. My sister Maggie and my brother Feliz, they'd be playing around. They were younger than I was. Just give you a rough age. I'm about 8 around this time, and just getting the stuff out of the way. Because all I know is that once I hear him say one curse word, the whole day is gonna be shit.
Right.
So I, getting up, making sure my brother and my sister were out of the way, make sure my mom wasn't crying again, and just getting everything out of the way, and just looking at this Christmas tree. It was awesome. Christmas tree, not very big. Okay, it was in the corner, maybe 2 or 3 presents underneath, and that I can remember. When we went to decorate that tree, it was more like in lockdown prison mode. Man, we had Dad's eyes on us, and he. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody's eyes after they shoot up. It's a weird fucking look.
I have not had the.
I've never really been around.
So, we're sitting here trying to decorate this tree when you have these eyes on you, and you can tell he's doing it. And then he has these little corks, these little, that they do and shit that they pick up because they're screwing with themselves. All them terms I learned later. I just know, I can remember them now.
Right.
Something happened. We got done, we were happy, we clapped, and I think it was the clapping that set him off, that fucking flipped out, went over, kicked us out of the way, and I'm not talking about just a shove here, no, it was a fucking boot to the ass, out of the way, and he grabs that tree and just throws everything out, throws it out in the fucking yard, and sits back down, turns TV on, like nothing happened. I was like, what the fuck? So, like I said, one little thing, So we're all sitting there trying to figure out what we did wrong. And then as we do, we start to lose focus on what we're thinking about, and me and my brother and sister are playing. They end up fighting and everything. I grab them. I hear a big ass slam of the door, and my mom right away closes and locks everything. All the windows, everything. And starts crying, and we're all rubbing her back. All of a sudden, she gets up, says, no, not this time. Goes outside and picks the biggest damn tumbleweed you can find. I mean, then again, I was short as shit too, so the big ass tumbleweed. She brought it in, and she started putting on the decorations that weren't broken on it. And we helped. And let me tell you, man, I had so much fun decorating that damn tumbleweed.
Yeah.
It was a neat Christmas.
That's cool.
Neat Christmas.
Cruz, thank you for telling that story, man.
Yeah.
That's tough to tell those.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, man. If that's a fake story, I'm gonna have Adam throttle you. I'm gonna have Adam drag you out back and beat you to death.
We're gonna nominate you for an Oscar.
Oh yeah. No, that's I'm sorry if that's a true story. I'm sorry I had to go through that, man. That's the stuff that defines you in life, right? Is he around anymore, your old man?
Oh hell, I don't know. To tell the truth, it wasn't through a school friend of mine. She got a hold of me through normal talking to people. And it wasn't if it was, she went to church. In the pastor had asked anybody in what do you call that? The
congregation.
Yeah, there you go. If they knew anybody by my name.
Right.
Well, Sandra at the time said it was, she knew it was me, so she got a hold of me and goes, you got a letter.
Right.
I'm like, from what? From your dad? Get the fuck out of here, right? He goes, no, it's from my pastor. I go, is it from your pastor or from my dad? Which one is it? She goes, no, just come with me. Dude, if it wasn't emotional, I got that letter and he wanted to meet. Now, you know what? I can't. I'm telling you guys the truth. If I ever see my old man in real life, a lot of frustration will come out.
Of course.
Be some furniture moving in this motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, Bernie Mac.
He was my hero.
Yeah.
He was a good man.
Yeah, Bernie Mac was great. So when your mom kicked him out, locked the door, was that the last time?
No.
Oh, so he was back after that.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't until about 3 or 4 more years that we had to deal with Dad before we could run away.
Right.
Oh, and you guys want to know some of that shit and going into Mexico and, yeah.
Right.
That'd be a different time.
Well, it taught you how to be a good man, though, right? Taught you how to be a good father. Taught you how not to be a good father.
Yeah,
how not to be.
You learned, I don't know how I want to put that. You learned what not to do.
There you go.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I messed up a lot. And
everybody does, Cruz.
But I didn't turn out like it. So
right.
Good.
That's good. That's what do you think about that, Vogue?
It's, like you said, if that's a real story, then I'm sorry to hear that.
That's cool. It takes a lot of courage to tell that kind of stuff, man. About your childhood, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. Your brother and sister, are you still tight with them?
Not as much as I wish I was.
Yeah.
Both of them have taken their life experience and used it as an excuse to be dumbasses.
Okay. I mean, they can grow out of it. You never know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Yeah. I got a brother and sister that I'm very close to. I don't get to see as much as I want to. What's up, John? What's up, Tiff? Love you both. So I get that. It's tough. Siblings. His sibling is a couple 100 miles away. So
yeah, she's in Amarillo.
So yeah.
Actually, she's not. She's at my house right now. So.
Going through his shit, then. Lisa. All right, man. That was a hell of a story, Cruz. That was a hell of a story. And I like when stories like that come on the podcast, so thank you. That takes a lot of courage. All right, we got one left, man. We got only a step, not a mile.
Okay, this is a warning. Okay. This is a really big warning. Now, before I tell the story, just a little bit back on that. A while back, I was calling somebody out on their bullshit, and they called me back out and said, "Have you ever tried it?" I go, "No, but I don't need to do something dumb to know it's dumb."
Right.
And they go, no.
Right.
There's learning experiences along the way, and it's
right.
just not just the inaction that you can learn from. I go, no, I'm not trying it. Okay, nope. So I was all pig-headed and stuff like that, and then I got into a situation to where my pig-headedness or my stubbornness or my cavemanness or whatever you want to call it was tested. So there I am at work, and we're gonna keep names out of this, that way nobody gets upset.
We'll make fake names as you go.
Yeah.
That's how we roll here.
So I was at work. I'm sitting there just cracking jokes about gay people, and then it turns out that the guy next to me was gay. I didn't know that.
Okay.
And so I told him, I says, hey, you want to hear a gay joke? He goes, well, is it offensive? I go, yeah, to gay people. Why? Well, he goes, well, I'm gay. Really? I mean, are you just saying that because I'm saying the joke and you want to like cut me off or whatever? And he goes, no, I'm gay. Everything. I got a boyfriend and everything. I was like, all right. Then want him to start, sending me pictures and shit. Don't need that.
Yeah. You don't need proof. Okay.
So I didn't even forgot the joke at that point. And he tells me, he says, well, are you going to tell your joke? And I go, to tell the truth, I forgot. I don't know what the hell's going on here. I've never been really, I'm usually quite careful around new people.
Right.
What do you mean new people? It's like, man, it just seems like you're always surrounded by homos. Sure as shit, if the guy left to me didn't say, hey, I'm kind of gay too, I'm bi.
Right.
I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I'm digging myself deeper into this fucking hole.
Right.
And I'm saying, like, okay. And they're like, what, you're not going to say anything now? And I go, well, I can't, man. I mean, I did have something to say that I thought was going to be funny, but it's not funny now because it's about the people who I'm talking about. And they're all like, so you're chickening out? I go, yeah, I got him. And he goes, well, yeah, I'm just saying, don't. And they told me, don't knock until you try it. And I get, no, a dick is something you don't try. It's not for me. He goes, not that, Cruz, not that. Just anything. How are you going to try anything? I go, well, like what? I go, if it has to do with another guy, I'm not going to do it. I'm not gay. And he goes, that's not what we mean. It's like, try new experiments. Or not experiments, new experiences, right? And I go, like what? Well, have you ever had a coffee enema? I'm like, no. And I told you, nothing to do with the butt. And he goes, this has nothing to do with another guy. It's a craze. It's a thing. I always see you drinking coffee. I go, yeah, I drink coffee. He goes, no, you drink coffee a lot. Hell, you grind your own beans. You have your own French press. And this is the part where I hated having everybody know my little routine.
Right.
Because he was right. Every day I have coffee. He goes, why don't you try coffee enema? I go, you know what? Just because I feel like an ass, I'm going to challenge myself. I did. I went to Walgreens and I asked the right questions to the wrong person. They said, then you need to go see the pharmacist. I was like, all right. So through Walgreens, dude, I hooked myself up with the enema squirty bottle looking thing.
I've never tried one, so
this is uncharted territory for me.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest. The story made me uneasy from the get-go.
Went in there, got the stuff. I asked the questions, how to do it, and everything, and it was funny because I had her show me how to position myself in the fucking tub, how to put this bottle. Okay,
so
she's over.
So hold on, man. So what's this like? She like physically showed you, like she.
Yeah, she's on the other side of the counter, bro, and she squat down and showed me how to.
Oh my god, you are the worst part of her day, I promise.
Or the best.
You never know. Cruz Cruz, you are a story. Someday on the Bullhucker slaves, like this dude comes in, he wants a coffee enema, but I know that dude.
Wow. Yeah, so she's showing me and everything, and I got balls and went home, and believe it or not, I had a dilemma problem with picking the right coffee. I didn't know, extra strength or decaf,
Right.
Anyways, I used that Black Death, just in case anybody wants to know.
Right.
Or Death, something.
Pull that out a little bit. Pull the microphone towards me just a little bit so you get in front of it. There you go.
And then
there you go.
Yeah, some Black Death or something. Anyways.
Black Death. I like the fact you're scared about the gay thing, but yet you pick the coffee that says Black Death.
I'm telling you, none of this shit.
Okay.
It was weird, So, but I mean, I went brewed the coffee, and the worst thing about this whole damn thing is you got to cool it down, man.
I would certainly hope so.
Well, yeah, I mean that's
room temperature is not enough. Put some ice in that shit.
So it's an iced coffee enema.
Yeah, you need an iced coffee enema. Not warm, none of that other stuff, because let me tell you, your skin has calloused over. Your anus has not. So, no, I tried it out. It was something weird. It's different. I know nobody's going to go out and do something like that. It's crazy. But
do not try this at home unless you're a professional or you talk to the Walgreens lady, okay?
And I went back and I told him I tried it. I was like, okay, what'd you think? I said, I won't do that shit ever again. I mean, they started laughing at me for even trying it. The point was, I learned a lesson that day. Is literally don't knock it until you try it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have anything to say about it, there's no. I mean, if you haven't experienced it, there's no reason for you to say anything about it.
Right.
That's the reason for the shirt.
Her body, her choice. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't know, you gotta be careful with the jokes you use nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So.
But don't ask the person their opinion and get mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the rule I have is too. I mean, if you're gonna tell offensive jokes, don't be upset when when you're on the butt end of that offensive joke. You better have your ass laughing. That's when they start making fun of your name.
When they twist it around.
Cruz from Las Cruz with your brown ass. That's what I mean. So it's
Yeah. But it was neat, and then we're all still good friends now.
Right.
They laugh about it, and that's kind of the icebreaker when I meet their friends.
I was kind of hoping that you would say they started laughing and was like, dude, we just made that shit up. There's no such thing as a coffee enema.
Yeah. No. They called me out and said, you need to try it. There's certain shit I won't do, but I mean...
You won't try a dick, but you'll try
a coffee enema.
Shove some Starbucks in your ass.
And you will go with Black Death.
And that's the crazy part. I mean, I just tried it out of get called out on my shit, but there's people out there doing it on purpose with liquor and everything.
Well, I know the liquor because that's how people get drunk. You have a lot of blood vessels in there, so it gets in your bloodstream quicker through your butt. Yeah, kids were dipping tampons into vodka and woohoo up there. Yeah, college kids. Yeah.
Well, it looks like Cruz is going to the liquor store and Walgreens after this.
But ask the liquor store about the vodka. Don't ask the poor. The Walgreens is gonna be like, we recommend you don't put any McCormick's in your ass.
That's it, man. If I see my pictures in their mouths, be warned.
So
messed up.
What is the purpose of a coffee enema? What's it supposed to achieve?
I don't know. I went in there just to try it out. I was talking shit. I felt like an ass. I really did. So to rectify myself, I was gonna go try this out. I didn't even know that they did it on purpose for the liquor. I mean, observe it.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Well, kids, man. I mean, there for a while, like the early 2000s, they had a humidifier with alcohol. Remember that? When that was kind of a thing? It wasn't for long. I don't think it went very far, but yeah, they were experimenting with that. But yeah, they've stories. I can't remember where I heard the story, but yeah, college kids were dipping vodka, rum, whatever, in tampons and up their butt because it does get into your bloodstream quicker there. So yeah, it's that's I don't know, man.
If you're that hard up to get drunk, damn.
But I had a buddy that talked me into sniffing Jägermeister one day. I don't know if you ever tried that before, but they told me you should. Dude, I'll tell you what. So they took something like a spoon. I took a straw, and man, that was the worst thing I've ever had in my life, dude. It's one of those things you regret it immediately. Like you're like, this isn't something you're gonna try again. And I realized that as everybody in the room is laughing their ass off, and I was like, "You've been bamboozled there, Mr. Lundstrom." So, try that. I mean, it does. Your nostrils are not supposed to burn like that, dude. It hurt like in the back of my eye, and I was watering for a while, dude. I thought I questioned whether I should go to the doctor or not because it was not good. It was a bad beat, man. So
when I was in high school, I talked my best friend into snorting a pixie stick.
No, we did that. Yeah.
How'd it work?
Fucking sneezing out blueberries and shit. Yeah.
Was it Barrett?
No, it's Chris.
What's up, Chris?
So, yeah, his eyes were all watered. His nose was running. I don't know. We were probably like sophomores or juniors, old enough to know better.
Yeah,
that was high school. Yeah.
Yeah, fourth grade Chris should know better than that. So, what do you think about that story, Vogt?
That was educational. Nothing else.
I've heard of coffee enemas before. I just don't know. It's supposed to clean you out. Maybe that's what it's supposed to do. I don't know.
I'm going to assume it's going.
You up.
Yeah.
It's supposed to what?
Clean you out and pep you up.
I guess so, man. I don't. Yeah. I guess there's worse things your ass to smell like than Folgers, I suppose.
Right.
So you just spray it up there? Is that how it works?
I didn't. I didn't even go too far, but just the one squeeze, that sensation alone. Well,
is it like a baby's nose thing or like a ear?
It's a fucking nipple, like a little nariz. It's like a anteater. An anteater's nose.
Yeah. So what you're saying, like like on the booger, the bulb.
Bulb where you
something like that.
Yeah, where they suck the boogers out.
Yeah.
So
and I'm look, there might be fancier shit out there. I was on a budget.
Dude, that sounds like some hipster shit to me, man. Like, You know what I'm saying? There's some guy riding an old antique bicycle with a pork pie hat on and getting his coffee in him today. God bless you, dude. I hope it works for you, man. But you're more of a man than I would, Chris. Cruz. So, well, I mean, what you got a clear cut one?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. I think so. I'm iffy. They were three great stories. I'm iffy on one, but I think two are pretty true. So, you've had a chance to check the podcast out, right?
No, actually, I stayed virgin to it.
Okay, attaboy. So what we do is we rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
To decide which one of us has to try and guess first.
Okay.
On what yours is. So how do you rock, paper, scissors, Cruz? Like, if we're going to rock, paper, scissors, let's do it right now. You and I. Ready? So you did on the third. You go doom, doom, boom.
Yeah, on the third, right.
Okay, so he's a three pumper. Did you know there's two different ways to rock, paper, scissors?
Oh, come on. You're going to complicate something that simple?
You would think. I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
No, okay. No.
So what do? You go after three?
You
Yeah,
go
you
rock,
go
paper, scissors, shoot.
That's four.
So you do a fourth.
Yeah. See, I'm
Rock,
with you. We
paper,
just go
scissors,
boom, boom,
shoot.
show.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Three pumper, man. Now, last year, the four pumpers ruled it, man. It was like 2-1 on the people that went four pumpers. This year, I think it is right down the middle, man.
Yeah, three pumpers are making a resurgence.
Oh, yeah. That four pumper cult's getting stuffed down, son. So we're going three. Ready?
Okay, yep.
Damn it. All right.
2 in a row.
You have beat me twice in a row. That's some bullshit. All right, so we got three stories. We have Ski Patrol, A Real Peanuts Christmas, and Only a Step, Not a Mile. So I'm going to say, I think Only a Step, Not a Mile is a pretty ballsy thing to admit to. Coffee enema, so I think that one's true. I think you might have done that. You had enough information about it, Cruz, that I would know to bullshit my way through shoving coffee in my ass. So I'm going to say that one is a true story. I think A Real Peanuts Christmas, you had a little emotion to that one. So I don't know if you're a good actor or not, Cruz, but unfortunately, I think that's a true story. And if it's not, I'm going to have Adam drag you out back and beat you. I think Ski Patrol is the one. It was a fun story. But not a lot of detail, and I'm a detail guy. If you watch the podcast, you'll know the lack of detail will always lead me to there. So anybody comes on this podcast, if you just give me the most basic story, there's a wrestler named Jim Lucas, who Matt and I had, and one of his stories was, I just became a grandfather. Right? And his stories were all super short, but that one had the least amount of detail. And I'm sorry, I already messed that up. That was a true story. Oh. I can't remember now.
He's done so many, they all run together.
This is going to be like episode 78, man. So, but anyway, there's been a few that have had like next to no detail that I bid on that were true stories. So that's how you get me. Future reference people out there that want to do the Bullhucker. And if you do want to do the Bullhucker, by the way, we have a website, bullhucker.com. Go under the contact form and send it in. We'd love to have you on. So I'm going to go Ski Patrol. Adam, what do you got, bud?
Well, the Real Peanuts Christmas, I'm like you. You can see the emotion in that one, so I'm pretty certain that one's true. And if he's lying, I will take him out back and beat him, and then I'll make him decorate a tumbleweed. Only a Step, Not a Mile. That one, like you said, that's something ballsy to admit to.
Yeah.
But it's crazy enough that it could be made up. I was leaning towards Ski Patrol, like hands down, but Only a Step, Not a Mile kind of like snuck in there a little bit. But so I think we're gonna double up, dude. I'm gonna go with Ski Patrol too.
Ski Patrol too. Before you flip that over, I do want to say, once again, check out thebullhucker.com. If you want to subscribe to the podcast, there's a little red dot right bottom hand corner of the screen, and it's a
small click for you. This fly's distracting me, man. When we're done with this, I'm going to go on a rampage and kill some flies. Anyways, small click for you, huge click for us.
Vinci, you might have been right. Maybe you have a chance still.
Something shiny went by. Look at that.
I had to stare like we were breaking up just now. Like, and what do you have to say for yourself, Mr.
I'm like,
Folky?
oh, shit, it got quiet. Wait, that's my cue.
Sleeping on the couch.
Oh, fuck, he's looking at me. So, also, no matter what platform you're on, iTunes, Stitcher, whatever you watch us on, or listen to this on, rather, please leave me a rating and review. We really do appreciate it. Also, on the description below, check out the Club Tap Room and Piggin' Out Barbecue. If you're looking for a great catering service, Piggin' Out Barbecue does a great job.
Yeah, they do. Amazing food.
Yeah, they do amazing job. Old Ryan Stroh knows what he's doing in the kitchen, But Rick Stroh,
He knows what he's doing in the kitchen as long as he's building his own sandwich.
Oh man, because we can smell our own. That's how we know that. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, please give them some love, Club Tapper and Picking Out Barbecue. So, okay, Cruz. Well, we're gonna double up on you, man. So the odds are in your favor. Let's see that board. Ski Patrol. What about that is not true?
The skis part. It was snowboarding.
Okay, all right. But you did snap your ankles.
Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The only difference was going up and down a couple times. You know, a few choice words here and there. Eating that ice a lot.
Right.
You know, and then but standing there, dude. Really seriously, I was just standing.
Yeah.
Shit just.
Right. Yeah, that's. I'm a little shocked that your first time on a slope, you went on a snowboard, not skis. That's like. I want to fly for the first
That's like
time.
jumping into like doing a coffee enema.
I know, right?
You've
Not
never
knowing
heard of
what's
it.
And
going
then-
on there, and then asking for help.
Only a step, not a mile. The coffee enema is a true story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to tell that one because it was one time I actually learned a lesson about watching what I say
Yeah.
and where
Yeah.
I say it.
Yeah.
It's true. But the thing was, I wasn't just going to let them just tell me that I'm dumbass and everything for saying no. I feel like a Neanderthal, yeah.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like a step, not a mile. You can experience somebody else's lives and life choices without going full out.
Right.
And still be able to understand where they're coming from because, you know, perception's a big thing.
Right.
You know, me and you will look at a taco a different way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That story started off a little rough. I'm gonna lie to you. You made me a little nervous with that story. And I will say, unfortunately, a real Peanuts Christmas is a true story.
Yeah. There's there's a lot of dark.
Right.
There's a lot of dark in my childhood. I mean, it was all dark. That's the reason why I dress the way I do. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wearing colors. I'm wearing my hair the way I want to. I'm wearing bright stuff because I didn't have that.
Right.
There was parts of my life that I was being trained as a child soldier. There was parts of my life that I was going to be sold off to prostitution. There was a part of my life where I was going to be like secondhand. I was going to learn the business, and you know, I was dealing heroin at 11 years old.
Wow.
You know, so you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of crap, and the reason why I didn't say anything to anybody else or say anything at all because right away they want to put a label on that, and then some people can't grasp that. Yes, out of the shit there can arose, can grow. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
so, but you got a lot of folks who hang on to that information and see something wrong with me. No, I've learned to move forward. I've learned to move up. Don't get me wrong. There'll be times where I get down on myself and then I get sucked into this little area in my mind and all this shit comes over.
That happens to everybody. Cruz.
You know, and then the rest of the times is those bad, shitty experiences helps me prepare my kids, my friends, my people, or helps me help them.
Right. That's you know what, you have all the respect for getting out of that, man. That to make a better life for yourself. That's cool. How did you end up here in Colorado?
Well, I was born in Brush.
Oh, you were born in Brush.
Yeah, born in
Alright.
Brush, and then my mom had a gypsy soul and went up and down. You know, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, down into Mexico, up Arizona, Nevada, Utah, all around this area, as far as little parts of California.
Right. Is mom still around?
Oh yeah.
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 How's she doing?
We just lost my stepdad in November.
Is he a good man?
He was a good man.
Did you get along good?
No, we didn't.
Oh, you didn't get along.
When we first met, me and him bumped heads a lot, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
fought fist. You know, when there was a lot of fist fighting, and then one day, it just clicked between us and squashed all that shit, and it was
That-
great.
That's tough, though. I mean, being a step parent's got to be tough to step in. You know what I mean? So, especially kids that have been through what you've been through. So,
And I know I didn't make it easy for him, but
Right.
he was there. He made my mom happy and
that's important.
took care of her. So I didn't have anything to say.
Right.
Didn't.
Cruz, I really enjoyed this podcast. This was a good one.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming on.
Yeah,
for
if you
sure.
guys ever need any more.
Yeah, absolutely. Were you nervous when you first got on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is. Is it better now?
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
got used to hearing myself.
Yeah. Would you recommend people do this podcast?
Oh yeah,
I always-
definitely. I want there to be some other interesting stuff.
It's been that's the toughest part is for me tell people want to try it, but they're nervous to try it. But then once they do try it, they're into it. So I do little testimonials at the end of these podcasts. Do you enjoy it? Would you come back?
You know what? This actually, you giving me, both of you, thank you, have given me the guts to do what I was planning to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And let's do my own little thing where people are gonna get hurt. Their feelings will get hurt. And don't listen to me. I'm full of shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you want to do like your own podcast? You want to do something like this?
Oh no. This is you guys' thing, but like maybe
a
video here or there.
It's everybody's got a podcast, man. I'm just saying the door is open if you ever need to learn about this or you need help.
Oh, for sure.
Figuring it out, man. The door's open for. But and for the comedy, man, when we get started, if you want to come do a couple minutes, you're more than welcome to, man.
I will give it a try
in front of the hometown crowd.
And that's that's the thing. It's I'm either gonna be okay or bomb badly.
You know what? Your first time in front of the hometown crowd, I'd bet the house.
They're pretty supportive.
Yeah.
Oh, but then that's false hope. You go over to another town.
Most times, no matter what crowd, like where you're at, if you tell them that it's the first time comedy, he's just getting into this.
Yeah.
They're not gonna say get off the stage. They're supportive.
If you were
the crowds are cool.
Yeah, if you were an audience, Cruz, you do the same thing too. I mean, when they're, hey, we got a guy trying for the first time, man. Everybody's like, this is. I think people maybe in the back of their heads think this guy might be something someday, and I got to see it for the first time. That's a special moment. I think that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool. That's a good look at it.
Yeah. I mean,
when you get that up and running, I'll go give it a try.
The first time I did was September 5th, 2006. The first time I ever stepped on the stage.
Why do you remember that?
That was the first time I ever stepped on the stage. It was an important date.
Yeah.
Because I'd signed up for weeks and weeks, and it's something for years I'd wanted to do. I saw it in Pueblo at the club I worked at, and I got to go up and announce some of the comics. The owner let me try it at one point in time, and I remember I totally fucked up all their names. Like, I was so nervous. I wish I remembered the comics I did. I'd apologize to this day. Like, hey, Pueblo, yeah, you were an idiot. We laughed at you in the back. But the first time I got on stage, September 5th, 2006, I remember it had 2 minutes. Comedy Works gave you 2 minutes. They wanted to make Deacon Gray, rest your soul, man. He used to say, I want to see if you can have a thought up here in your head and you can have it come out your mouth. As basic as that sounds, that's all.
It was a test.
And you'd be surprised how many people can't do it. You know what I mean? So I got up there for 2 minutes, Cruz, and it was magical, dude. I ain't lying. That's maybe a dramatic word, but man, I did awesome for those 2 minutes, I thought to myself, we were joking around, when's Netflix going to call? You ought to be famous within the month, Larry. And then I got up, he called in, you call in. It's worse now, but back then you called in, you waited 5, 6 weeks, 7 weeks. What was it?
6, 7 weeks, yeah.
And I got back on for my second time. I had 5 minutes?
3.
3 minutes.
You had 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, you're right. I had 3 minutes, man. Now, I'm a natural prodigy. I'm thinking about this. Like, I'm a big deal. That's what my head tells me. And I get up and cruise for 3 minutes. I eat shit like I've never eaten shit before. It was the most humbling experience of my life, man. Because I got cocky and thought, and I realized that it's work. It is absolute work, man. You got to constantly be working at this stuff. So, the lesson learned. I don't do it much anymore. We MC the shows when they come, and I'll try and make a little joke here and there. I should try a little harder for it, but man, if you want to try it, man, it's good for your soul, man.
Oh yeah,
it's good for your soul, man. Stand-up comedy is the hardest performing art, I think.
And see, man, just the way I've thought and approached life, that if I just speak openly about the shit I try, I might just get somewhere. I don't know.
It's tough. We at the CML conference at the Colorado Municipal League. It's where all the city councils and city governments get together.
That sounds like some superhero thing.
CML.
Yeah,
we are superheroes.
The municipal league. The league part.
The Colorado Municipal League. Yeah. So I went to an arts. They were talking about the arts, local arts, and bringing arts to your area, because they're trying to make art. Some towns have had art centers or art area. I'm thinking the word. I'm missing the word. Like the guy in Brush, the Brush Arts Center. He was funded by some of this, and they're talking about bringing musicians in, that and the other, and they're like, "Anybody got any stories?" And then at that point, I don't know why I got up my ass. I got up there, I was like, "I want to tell you guys about the black sheep or the redheaded stepchild of the arts, stand-up comedy, which is an art, by the way." And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, it is an art." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you don't bring it up, you bastard," And,
he got kicked out of the league.
Oh, look, one of our villains is here today, folks. Clap at Larry, you son of a bitch. But and I told him, you know, comedy is something that's it's easy to set up. You know, essentially you don't need as much equipment to set it up as you do like a music or a band or whatever. And in Colorado has such an amazing comedy group or community. You know, Colorado's got a strong. If you venture out and try this cruise into Fort Collins, Denver, whatever, Pueblo, whatever, you're gonna find some badasses, man. I mean, some people that are just funny as all shit. Get out, man. So, but there's also people that worked to get that far, man.
Some of the funniest comics out there are people you've never even heard of.
It's nuts, dude. It's guys you'll sit there and watch, or ladies you'll sit there and watch and be like, how are you not famous?
Right.
How are you not somebody right now? You know, so it's a heartbreaking thing too. It's sometimes it's not a fair thing. Comedy's not fair, but it's worth the shot. You never know, man. But so yeah, we'll get a hold of you, man. We'll have to. We're doing 2 nights. Maybe we'll try the first one. It does well. You come back and do a second night and.
Part two.
Sequels
suck.
Part 2. Yeah. And if you want to read a good book on comedy, I'll bring it to Ackley's. It's Bernie Mac. Maybe You Won't Cry No More.
Oh, really?
You're a Bernie Mac fan?
Yeah.
He's one of my 3 favorite comics of all time.
Oh, right on. Mine is Bernie Mac's up there, Monique and Bill Burr.
Okay, well, I mean, Bill Burr's an honorable mention. He should move in my top 3 because I believe Bill Burr's this generation's Carlin.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
My 3 favorite are Dangerfield. He's the king of all.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac and Chris Titus. You have
I was a huge George Carlin fan.
As you should be. Everybody
Carlin.
should be.
Right now, I'm really liking Nate Bargatze.
Okay, he's good.
Just his rambling, and I don't know. I just find it funny.
Have you ever heard of him?
No.
So there you go. An amazing comic you never heard of.
Brian Regan.
Brian Regan's tough, man.
Yeah. So
Clean, also clean.
yeah. So's Nate.
Oh. Okay.
So it's one of those. I've started kind of going more toward the cleaner stuff because I listen to it with my girls.
Okay.
So it's more family friendly type stuff. So
yeah, Bernie Mac's book, with the story you told me about your life growing up, you should read his book. I'll bring it to you. I'll find it. It's one of my favorite books. It's one book that when I read it, I became a bigger fan of Bernie Mac.
That'd be awesome.
His mom has Macisms, right? And that's saying she had, and those Macisms are just good. They're good good advice for life, man. She was a smart lady, and a single mom would beat his ass. You know what I mean? To make him better. Yeah. She refused to let him fade off into nothing. It's a great book. I'll bring it to you at Ackley. After this, we'll get together with your schedule or whatnot. So, but man, Cruz, such an amazing podcast. You had some great stories, man. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the Real Peanuts Christmas is that's a great story to tell, man. That's an interesting story to tell, and that's happening more here at the Club Taproom with these stories, isn't it?
Yeah, it's people are starting to realize they don't have to come out here and be funny. They just have to come out here and be true and honest for 2/3 of the time.
Because people with our comedy background, running comedy shows here for 9 years, we were America's Colorado's longest running independent comedy show, which means we weren't a brick and mortar like the Improver. But as for just two guys starting in a bar or whatever, we would have made it 10 years if it wasn't for COVID. COVID, stupid ass COVID. But we'd have made it 10 years. And so people think they got to come on. They tell me, I don't have funny stories. I'm like, but you have stories.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me your stories, because that's stories that someone's going to relate to the story you had. Guarantee it. Mm-hmm. Someone's going to relate to it and be like, wow, you know. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Cruz, I can't thank you enough for coming on, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. And I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Adam Vokey.
We'll catch you next time. Peace.